Behind me, you see the beautiful Sea of Galilee. Jesus seemed to love it. He spent a lot of time around it and on it. When we left Caesarea Philippi and Nimrod's castle and the Golan Heights, we made our way to this sea. Our crossing was rather dramatic. We got on a boat built quite similarly, although somewhat larger, to the kind that perhaps Peter and his brothers would have used and his father would have used. We encountered a storm. You'll get to see part of it. Give us a fresh understanding of what it must have been like for those guys as the hail beat down upon us, and then the incredible calm that followed it. But join us on the Sea of Galilee. Suddenly a great tempest arose on the sea. Now you believe it, don't you? Yeah. So that the boat was covered with the waves. Yeah. But he was asleep. Then his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, "Lord, you don't care. We're going to die and you don't even care. Save us, we are perishing." But he said to them, "Why are you fearful, O you of little faith?" To the apostles more than anybody, Jesus said, "O you of little faith." Sometimes I think he chose them just so he'd have someone to say, "O ye of little faith." Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. So the men marveled, saying, "Who can this be?" Now this to me is one of the great stupid questions. That even the winds and the sea obey him. That should have told them immediately who he was, you see. In another place it lets us know that the apostles were bailing as fast as they could. Now you have to understand that there would not have been 12 buckets to bail with on this boat. So they're bailing with their hands, which is about as much water as they are in charge of. And when Jesus stands up and says, "Peace, be still," he showed them how much water he was in charge of. All of it. But I've also learned several things about this Sea of Galilee experiences that the apostles had. At one point, after Jesus had fed so many people, he says, "Let us go to the other side." And of course they get in the boat and it was terrible. They thought they were going to perish. And they woke Jesus up. He probably needed to sleep very badly. But whenever you hear Jesus say, "Let us go to the other side," you really don't need to panic, because that means us is going to get there.